and welcome back to Generation in Between, our Dawson's Creek rewatch. We are currently on season 5, episode 15. We're just going to jump right in, y'all. Hopefully you have listened to our James Vanderbeek tribute episode. That is in our regular episode feed. So if you haven't, check it out. But let's jump right in. So this episode was called Downtown Crossing. And the summary is this. They basically tell you what the whole episode... the summary is annoying. Joey helps a mugger who robbed her just before he was hit by a car. So it's like, well, now I know this fucker's going to get hit by a car.
I know.
And I know she about to get mugged. And then that doesn't even happen for like... Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. It really tells you everything. It could have been more mysterious. It could have been like Joey encounters danger and has to make personal choices. Or something like every other summary.
I hate it when episode summaries tell you stuff that ruins it.
Yeah, I agree. So if you listen to our last episode, I said, why is there a to be continued from episode 14? Because it's literally just Joey walking down the street.
Right.
Well, I guess we very quickly figure out why in this one, because she is, again, walking alone in the middle of the night in Boston.
And there's nobody around.
There's literally
it's not
no
that
one.
late.
I feel like it's not Cape Side. Cape Side to have like nobody, sure. But Boston?
And it's a weekend, right?
I thought so.
I thought so too.
And this was an interesting one because Joey was the only character in the whole episode.
Yeah. Well, the only Dawson's Creek character.
Yeah, and then like the other tertiary people, but there was no Dawson, there was no Jen, there was no Jack, there was nobody, no Pacey, nobody else but her. And I looked something up on that because I was like, why is Joey alone? Like, because I was just curious. So like, this is weird. We haven't seen this yet.
Yeah.
And it just said it was pivotal to her character development in season 5.
Okay, no,
so
it
whatever
was not.
happens next, I don't know. Because we watched the episode after this, and I don't think it was very pivotal to that.
I just said, like, I don't have hardly any notes on this episode because I didn't like it. At the end, I wrote, I hated it. What was the point? Like, there's no point. It was weird. It was sad. And it was unnecessary. And it made me irritated she gave the money back at the end.
Me too.
I was so fucking pissed.
We could go back and listen to the tape, right? Of how many times have I said, why is Joey walking home alone in the past, like, I don't know, 10 episodes or whatever this season. They're in New York. She's walking by herself in the middle of the night. They're in somewhere else. She's always out here walking around by herself.
Always.
They leave her with the one guy at the bar or the nightclub, whatever that was. And I'm like, why did they leave Joey? And I'm like, I have been saying
I know
Joey shouldn't walk home alone.
Yeah.
I have been saying this. So frustrating. Is it yours?
Yeah, just ignore it.
Okay, I will.
Probably a group text.
Oh, probably.
I should put it on Do Not Disturb, but I'm panicked too. You know this.
Yeah.
Because.
What are you panicked about?
Because last time I did that, my kid did need something important. Like there was like a lockdown at school and he was panicked.
Why don't you look really quick and I'll keep talking about
No, because it'll ring. It'll ring.
Oh.
It'll ring.
Oh, okay.
And the last ring was my other kid, but he was just calling to tell me how bad his chemistry class is. It's fine.
He'll be okay.
Okay. So the first thing I wrote was, okay, what the fuck is this weirdness? Joey is not freaking out. Like, did you know she did not freak out this whole mugging process?
No.
And then the drug dealer starts asking for marriage advice and like life. What is happening?
Yeah. Yeah. It was really weird. And I said, this is very random, but the mugger drug dealer guy, his voice sounded like Pacey.
A little.
Because I looked down to like write something, and in my head I'm like, "Oh, Pacey's here now," because I thought it was weird. And no, it was him.
Yeah, and
their voices were very similar.
And they have like he's lying there dying in the street. He gets hit by a car, and they're having a heart to heart. I'm like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of there!"
I'd be like, "Thank God."
Run down the street where you can see him. If you're worried about leaving him, I get it. Like it's a human life. I get it. Get your fucking phone
and your money.
Run, and he's like, "I'm gonna shoot you" or whatever. You could probably outrun it.
Especially if he just got hit by a car.
Got hit by a car, his shot's going to be pretty shitty. Then you call and keep an eye and wait and make sure. No. There was just so many.
Also, don't fight a mugger who wants your money and has a gun.
That's one of the first things you learn in self-defense.
Like pushing back against him. I mean, I get kind of trying to lie. She's like, oh, I don't really have any money. Like, I kind of get that. But she's like aggressively like pushing back against this man with a gun.
I know.
Like, no, give him your money, girl. Give him your coat. Give him your phone. Whatever you got to do to get this person out of here.
Yeah.
Horrible
It was
life
scary.
advice.
I don't know. And plus I don't like that this like plays into every woman's fear. Like you're alone on the street and a man attacks you. Like that plays into every woman's fear. It's so scary. But like she did not seem freaked out. And
No,
she's
she
like,
really
they're like
didn't.
having banter and shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah. And he was so weird. Like his like, I don't know. He's like, oh, I like you. I don't know. It's just really strange.
know.
It was really strange. It was like they were trying to make him likable.
Yeah. Well, and also too, like generally if I'm like, I know, but don't you think if somebody is mugging a person, they want to get out of there as soon as they fucking can once they
Right.
get what they want?
Totally.
Because you don't
He just
want to
sticks
linger.
around. Yeah. Someone else could come by. There's
I don't
cameras by those ATMs even back then. Like there would have been a camera in the
Was
machine
there?
itself, probably.
I don't know.
I don't know. I might be wrong, but I feel like from true crime stuff I've listened
Oh,
to,
you
by
probably know.
that time they were looking at ATM footage.
This is totally not about mugging, but do you remember the Friends episode with the ATM vestibule?
No.
And I can't remember the model now, but Chandler gets locked in the ATM vestibule with a model.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, I am locked. He calls somebody. He's like, I'm locked in an ATM vestibule with Jill Goodacre or something. I don't know if that's her, but he's like locked in there with like a model.
Oh my
Because they
gosh.
get stuck. And every time I hear the words ATM vestibule, I hear
You think
Chandler
of
saying
that,
it.
saying that. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, it's yeah.
But I
Ugh.
think that's why they quit having those, right? Because they were so dangerous.
Yeah, it was more dangerous than being out on the street.
Yeah.
To be inside those, yeah. And then after the mugger's in the hospital, the doctor tells Joey to go talk to him.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
The
They don't be
doctor's
doing
like,
that.
and she's like, oh, his wife's leaving. If you want to grab her, he'd like to talk to you if you can go talk to him. I'd be like, hell fucking no, I'm not going to talk to him, doctor. Excuse me, sir. What? And she goes in and talks to him.
Yeah, it was so dumb. And then she tells him this whole story about her dad, and then he dies.
And look,
How is this vital?
Joey has all the trauma surrounding all of that.
I know. Why we gave
but
her
it
more?
wasn't written well.
No.
Like her kind of correlating him to who her dad was. And then she lies to the little
I
girl at the
know.
end. She's like, your dad saved my life. I'm like, what purpose does that serve?
Yeah, I did not like it. You have something in your eyebrow again.
Again? I don't even have white nail polish, you guys. I'm
Well, you got
shedding
teary.
like a lizard.
Well, you got
I
teary,
did get teary
so I think
during
when you
James
wiped your
Van Der
eye,
Beek. I'm sure.
It might be a cry boogie.
It is probably.
You know when you get those cry boogies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Not.
was-
I don't mean just you. I
was
mean
very-
everybody.
You know, Katie, those things that happen only to you.
You know,
all
you
the
get
time,
cry boogies, like when
Yeah,
you when
me
you
too.
get teary and then you wipe your eye and the eye boogie.
and they kind of just go wherever. Yeah.
so
I was-
poor Katie
I was-
with the cry boogies.
I know. I was so upset.
I know.
James
Well,
Van
you
Der
read
Beek.
a very sad quote. That was very hard.
That's what happened. It was the quote that got me.
I know.
Yeah, it was
I
a
know.
quote.
It's hard.
Oh, and I did say, should Joey have lied about the dad
No.
to the daughter?
She didn't have to say fucking shit.
She didn't have to say anything. She didn't have to be like, he's an asshole. She just be like, I'm so sorry for
Yeah,
your loss.
that's
Bye.
it. Bye. But don't lie. Like
Yeah.
your dad did some shitty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like. Well, you know I don't like lies anyway. Like I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like misinformation. I don't like painting a prettier picture than is reality.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's unfair. And then her little girl's like, "Daddy was a hero." What?
Yeah. And
He
then-
literally was like hurt this girl, like that he assaulted this woman and stole her money.
and admitted that he spent his daughter's
On
daycare
crack
money
or
on
whatever.
drugs.
Now, listen, I have lots of people that I love and care about that are former addicts. And, well, I guess you're always an addict, but have been in recovery for a very long time. And it's not like that piece of your life alone does not make you a bad person. Makes you make bad choices a lot of time. But also the things you do while under the influence and heavy in your addiction are not excusable.
They're still your fault.
They're still your actions. That is the
Right.
consequence of the addiction, of course. And so, but part of the 12 steps is having to make amends for the things you do, because you have to acknowledge what I did caused harm, even though I was not fully myself.
Sure.
I still did it.
I take responsibility.
That.
Yeah.
So her telling her kid, like the kid, like, oh, my dad's a hero. Well, that just means he never had to take responsibility, even in his death.
Right. That's so true. I hadn't thought of it that way, but that's so true. And I was just thinking, Joey, what if someone had said that to you as a kid and later you found out it wasn't true?
Yeah.
You'd be annoyed. You'd be pissed. You'd feel lost. You'd be like,
well, you'd feel lied to, which is what you were.
Right. Right. And that I didn't love the mom character either. She seemed like off to me.
I've seen her in something else.
Me too.
But I didn't even look it up.
I couldn't place her.
I was too annoyed with this episode.
And the little girl was adorable.
Of course.
Don't get me wrong. But like, I still don't quite understand why they decided to have this story about Joey. And maybe we'll know as the season goes on more. But I don't believe they do this for any other character.
Yeah, I don't know.
So why did they do this for her? And for what point?
I don't know. Well, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
I didn't like the next one either.
Okie dokie.
These two episodes were not that great, I don't think. And we'll get there. So season 5, episode 16, is called In a Lonely Place. Here's a summary. As Joey is forced to face up to her feelings for Professor Wilder, Jen and Pacey get some unexpected advice on romance from a pair of touring musicians. Jen and Pacey? That's not right.
That's not right. It would have been
Jen and Audrey.
Jen and Audrey. Yeah.
Oh, look at that typo in the Hulu.
Hulu.
Anyway, it was Jen and Audrey get advice. Okay.
Yes.
So let's start with the first thing that annoyed me.
Okay.
And I want to hear your thoughts on this. Pacey being like the token straight guy in a gay bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It felt not. I felt. What did I write? I said, why did this feel weird and wrong to me that they made this whole joke about a gay bar? I don't know. Not that straight people can't go to gay bars.
Disrespectful.
No, he wasn't.
The people there.
But then he kind of was.
Because he wanted to make it clear he wasn't them.
But he didn't. He lied about it.
Right.
Which I don't like.
No, I don't like that either.
Because then you're trivializing... I don't know.
Real relationships.
Correct. Like,
it kind of reminded me in Rent when Mark shows up to the support group and he's like, oh, I'm not.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Mark, my name's Mark.
Yes.
It kind of reminded me of that where he's like, I'm not
yeah.
gay. I don't have HIV, like whatever. It sort of reminded me of that in a way, like that instant reaction, but you're right. But then he lied and pretended Jack was his boyfriend. But then the writer guy was like, well, if you ever break up, call me, which is weird.
It was cringy to me because instead of just being honest with the guy he was talking to, because he didn't, which I also thought was dumb. Like, okay, you didn't understand that this man was probably like wanting to hit on you.
In a gay bar.
Like, I mean, you're not that dense to be aware of another person.
He knew it was a gay bar.
Right. He was aware of it. Then like he's like, oh, I've been talking to this guy, and he's like, oh, well, now I've just felt like how women feel, and I thought that was cringe.
Yeah.
And then he was like, instead of, once he realized that was happening, because Jack was like, he totally wants to hook up with you, and he's like, you have to tell him. Mm-hmm. He didn't, and I thought that was gross because then because then the guy thought that they were dating, him and Jack, and he's like, oh yeah, we're together. And I'm like, instead of just telling the truth, you're going to put on somebody's sexuality as like a costume, which is
to get out of this situation.
Because you can't be, because you were being stupid and you wanted this man to come to your restaurant because he was like a restaurant reviewer. Mm-hmm. You wanted to use this to your advantage and you couldn't be honest about it. It just was all cringe to me.
I didn't like any of it.
I didn't like
it either. I did not. And one thing I did like, Jen's hair is really good in this episode.
It's always good. She's got good hair.
You're right. It's like longer all of a sudden and like super platinum now and like straight. Oh, it looked so good.
She just has good hair.
What did you think about Audrey thinking that... Okay, so first of all, we find out that her and Pacey had sex in the car.
Oh, was it in the car? I thought they went back to his house.
She says...
Or boat.
She says, we had sex in your car.
Oh, I missed that.
I was like, oh, they did?
Okay.
And so now she thinks the universe is trying to tell them they shouldn't be hooking up because that's Joey. The same night something happened to Joey. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel... Well, Audrey's kind of woo-woo, and I think they, you know.
She reads too much into, not too much, she reads a lot into things.
So I could see where her brain would get that from, because she said Joey tried to call me, and I wasn't there because we were doing this, and Pacey's her ex-boyfriend. I could see the connection she was making. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like we all try and do that, even if it's like, oh, well, the universe just provided this for me. Oh, it's meant to be, or it's not meant to be. Not that it's wrong.
Right.
But I could see the thought process.
Yeah, I could too. And she says it's a karmic thing. And then when Pacey's like, well, that's fine. We don't have to do all that. We can just like hang out. And she's like, I don't want to go through this platonic torture test. I loved that. I was like, if that isn't a summary of this entire show all the time.
The whole show.
Platonic torture test.
The whole show.
She's like, no, I would rather not see you at all.
You know what is funny though? I had this, speaking of platonic, I had the funniest conversation with my best friend this week. Well, we talked nonstop, and we were talking about. I don't even remember how we got caught on it, because she said something about texting. Like her husband was texting a mutual friend of theirs that they have a group chat with. It's like another couple, another husband and wife couple, and she's like, "Oh, he texted her, blah blah blah," and she's like. Said something about like I wouldn't care if he texted her separately, but she, the friend, gets very like clutching, clutching pearls about it. And so we started talking about that, and I said, don't you think that like people can have platonic relationships? Absolutely. Like I can think of plenty of straight men that I am friends with that I am 0% attracted to. Okay. Mm-hmm. I say plenty, like
I have so many unattractive straight.
I don't mean they're
friends.
Unattractive. No, I don't mean they're unattractive. I mean I am not attracted to them.
Right, because they're your friends.
Because you can have friendships and relationships that can be, and I feel like when Harry Met Sally kind of fucked that up for people.
I hate that movie.
I know.
I really dislike
because
that movie.
They make it seem like I'm just talking from like a straight man and a straight woman point of view. They make it seem like that kind of friendship can never happen. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first time I had a really good friend when I was a teenager who was a male, who was a straight male, and I'm a straight female. And like, we were not attracted to each other at all. We were really good friends, and we were young teens. He was like a year younger than me. And we were just good friends, and people always would ask us if we were dating. And it was so annoying.
It is annoying.
Because we were just friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's funny. And like, I just think anyway, not that, I mean, obviously Audrey and Pacey are attracted to each other, but that doesn't mean they had to be. They could have just been
They could have stayed as friends that had good banter and worked together.
I mean, Jen and Pacey
being together.
Jen and Pacey tried to be, they tried to make themselves attracted to each other, and they couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it. And they still get together and have fun and are part of the crew. And
it annoys me. And like, I get annoyed when couples out there, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship for a long time, if you can't trust your spouse to have friendships with somebody that is, well, whatever your sexual identity is, if you can't trust them, then there's something going on there. Something is like, I have a friend, we have a couple friend, a man and wife that live down the street from us that we are friends with, and Troy and the wife, because the husband and I were doing an event together. They went together. They had a drink together. Then they came to the thing. That's happened a couple times. Did I be up in arms? No, because they are not attracted to each other.
Not at all.
They are married people. And listen, if Troy's going to walk out on me, I think he'd be smart enough not to do it with my friend.
You would think so. And also, like, you can't control what other, like, if you're trying to control those things, like you said, there's something else wrong then.
Right.
Maybe they are attracted to each other and you're picking up on it, or something's wrong in your relationship that you would fear that could be the case. And I mean, people have different levels of jealousy, I guess, or different dynamics in their relationships.
Look, I'm a jealous person.
You are, and you're saying it. So
I'm just saying.
Okay. I had read something, this is years ago, and it was someone had posted, it was a woman who had posted, a married woman, and she's an acquaintance of mine. And it was basically saying that, like, if you're at the grocery store and someone flirts with you, it said a man, but like anyone flirts with you, and you like flirt back or feel good about it on the ride home, that's wrong. And I was thinking that would make me feel good in a very safe way. Right. So I would be like, wow, that person like made me feel good about myself, and I don't know who they are, and I'm never going to talk to them again.
I would not even know how to flirt back.
Like, I don't know. It just made me like, well, why would you feel bad about that?
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
I don't get it.
I will say church also is like runs that into your brain like crazy. I will say a lot of Christian denominations be like, men and women cannot, if you are going to talk to another man, your husband has to be present. Yeah. It's so fucking toxic. A big thing.
Yeah. And it is toxic.
I mean, it's toxic because that only just leads to you continuing to mistrust humans.
It's a cycle of mistrust. Yeah.
And I mean, I also think it's very sad to limit your friendships. Mm-hmm. It's very sad to limit somebody who could be a really great friend to you.
Sure. And
you're saying, well, sorry.
Hold on. Got to go get my husband before we can have this very simple conversation about nothing. Like I will say, devil's advocate, every relationship is different.
Oh, absolutely.
And
for sure.
If in your relationship or marriage or whatever, you've even been to therapy and maybe you've discussed those type of things and this makes me feel this way because of this. But you've agreed together that just to respect these things that you've discussed and talked through, this is how you're going to operate, then that's different. Like every family or relationship can be like that.
Of course.
But to just blanket say, oh, like men and women or whatever sexual orientations can't be just friends is not right. I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Anyway, it's annoying.
I would tell my kids the same.
Because, I'm not gonna. I'll stop about that. The professor thing.
Come on, such a dick. First of all,
cannot.
He's like, I don't want to hear your too. She's like, well, it's actually really no, doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. What's the best ending in all literary? Don't say Ulysses. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Do you not feel like they couldn't decide how they wanted this character to be?
He keeps changing.
I know.
It's like I'm married and I have kids. Okay, therefore it's a safe relationship. Just kidding. I just say that to everyone. Now we can kiss. And now he's like, just kidding, shutting it down.
Yeah, I feel like they just couldn't decide what they wanted to do with him. Like he is all over the place. And he's not likable.
No. I liked him at first.
You did.
Remember? I said he was charismatic and you're like, no, he's not. I take it all back.
Good.
At least this version of him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It was just a yucky situation.
So yucky.
And then I don't know. These two episodes were not
the best. They weren't the best. Let's see what else I had. Oh, I said the band is two people.
Right, and they're not cute. I guess
they're so grungy.
Was that the real band veneer?
I don't know. Maybe that's why they looked like that because they were actually them.
But they were not bad actors, so I don't know.
They were good actors.
I just thought they weren't as cute as they were acting like they were.
I did write down this quote from Pacey when he's saying something about gay men and he says, you guys are great, but I'm just not, whatever. I just thought that was actually kind of funny. I said, the professor's annoying. Oh, and
you're
then
talking to the side of your mic.
I said, professor is annoying.
You were literally right here talking.
This is my new lean. It's my podcast.
But you're not doing that. You're doing this.
It's not even cool. This is cool. Obviously.
That looks cool.
Not really.
That looks just like your back hurts or something.
Maybe that's what's happening. It probably does hurt. I don't know. I'll ask it later. Do you hurt your back? And the answer will be yes, always. Okay. They are really trying to over romanticize this professor thing at this point.
I hate it.
Where it's like, it's good that we never knew what it could be. Because sometimes the ending we don't know is the best one. I was like, okay, they kissed and it's a horrible situation and they shouldn't be together. That's it.
Right.
And he's at the movies with this other lady and he's like, oh yeah, sometimes we just hook up. It's like, well, no matter who he is, this is the kind of person you want to involve yourself with romantically.
Yeah.
What? I am hoping that means we don't see as much of him, but I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I don't remember what ends up going on with this guy.
Like, is this actually the end now? Where it's like, okay, we tried it. She's
still in this class, right?
Right. But maybe they just don't emphasize that in other episodes.
True.
What do you think's going to happen? Or maybe you know.
I don't
Pacey
know.
and Audrey.
I mean, I know they don't stay together because I know how the whole series ends.
True. Okay.
But I don't remember how that split happens.
I think they're a fun couple.
I think they're
I
fun
want them
too.
to have a little bit of like.
But you know what it is? They're almost too alike.
That might be it.
Yeah. And if you're too alike, that doesn't work.
No.
You got to have some balance.
I agree with that, which is interesting because you mentioned the Jen Pacey thing when they were sort of forcing it. Didn't they say to each other, like, you're the girl me and you're the boy me, and that's why it's not working? Yeah, weird. I don't know. Well, anyway, and then Dawson wasn't in the first one we watched at all.
And then he was only in a little bit.
Very little bit in this one. And Jen's all worried that they're not passionate enough.
Girl, y'all are like 20 and you just started dating.
I'm like, it's fine. Yeah, and she's all worried about it.
I guess, but we're old married ladies. Like,
that's true.
We're like, eh.
We're like, passion.
You're fine.
Romance? What?
You're fine.
Friendship is fine. Just stick with that.
Comfort is great.
Comfort is the one. I had trouble sleeping last night.
Uh-oh.
I know. You may be noticing if I'm not making sense on these episodes.
She didn't fall asleep while I was talking.
I didn't. And I've got a pretty long day, so I have to stay awake. But I don't know. I feel okay right now. But you know when you can't fall asleep, then you start to panic a little, and then you really can't fall asleep?
Yeah, it's the worst.
But this morning, I said something to my husband about it, and he was like, why didn't you wake me up? And I'm like, because then you're awake.
Like for some love time?
I don't know. I don't think so. He's like, I feel bad if you're awake and by yourself.
Really? Oh my God. If I woke Troy up just to keep me company, you'd be so pissed.
And I said, well, that wouldn't have helped me fall asleep. He's like, I know, but I just feel bad. And then when I was like having a moment at the grocery store and couldn't figure anything out, I like literally ran into like an end cap, like with my shoulder while I was looking for something. He's like, see, this is what I feel so bad about. You should have woken me up. And I was like, I don't understand how that would have fixed anything.
I know.
But I guess he just felt bad.
But that's nice. I'm telling you right now, because listen, I have like chronic insomnia that goes up and down. If I ever would just wake Trip and be like, hello, keep me company, he'd be like, I have to get up for work at 6:30.
Are you crazy? Honestly, if Brant did that to me, he did that once to me recently because he really was not feeling well.
Well, if you're sick,
and so I was glad.
Well, I mean, Troy crawled into our room one time when he had appendicitis.
Yeah. Well, and it was that kind of thing where he was like, his heart was racing,
violently
having
sick,
trouble like breathing. And so I was glad he woke me up. But if it was ever just like, hey, you want to watch something on Netflix because I can't sleep?
I'd be like, bitch, it's 2:30.
I would too.
No, I want to watch my eyelids.
I would too. Exactly.
Well, and the shitty part is once you wake me up, I do not go back to sleep.
And that's how he is.
Yeah.
I can fall back
I'm
to
awake
sleep
forever.
Normally. I need to track it because this is happening to me about once a month. And I'm wondering if it's hormonal.
I'm sure everything is hormonal.
Because this happened to me not long before. It was like tech week of Next to Normal, I think. And then sometime in December too, where I had a night that I basically didn't sleep and then just like went normal the whole next day. And I couldn't like talk myself down. I mean, it was a little bit anxiety, but last night really wasn't. Like the only anxiety was
because you're awake.
Oh shit, I have to get up soon.
Yeah.
But like a couple of like anxiety about my show, maybe a little in Christmas time. I was worried about like money and family and just normal holiday stuff. But I'm wondering, like, maybe I should track it because I wonder if it's cycle related. And then I could kind of like try to limit my caffeine, go for a long walk, do something to try to like knock myself out.
Man, sleep is like such an elusive treasure.
Wow. I mean, that's the thing for me.
Well, yes.
For me, normally it's not. This is happening to me about once a month. And that's what I mean. I have such sympathy for people that this happens to all the time.
That's my
terrible.
Life. It is awful. I have had sleep problems since, I don't know, probably my 20s. And it sucks. But mine comes in cycles. So I'll go for a while and be okay. But I wake up 80 bajillion times a night. I don't think I've had a full night restful sleep since like 20. And then when I had babies is when it really fucked me. Because I said, once I'm awake, I cannot go back to sleep. And it does not matter how tired I am. I am so awake. And it sucked. You know, you have babies that wake up at 2, 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. I'm awake for the day.
At 5,
and then especially like if Troy was gone, which he was a lot, it's just me. Nobody's there to help me out. Like,
it's not like if you wanted to take a nap, you could.
I can't sleep during the day. Like I also like.
I know you're not a napper.
I can't like my body physically will not go to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's funny because this past weekend when I had that girls trip, Amber has sleep apnea and she snores. She has a CPAP machine. Mm-hmm. Well, they're very uncomfortable.
They're
so terrible
funny too. My mom has one, and my husband's friend has one when he comes and stays with us.
Yeah, and she's not good about wearing it, but she will when we go on our trips because we're in the same room. Now, the past few trips we've done together, we've had separate. We've rented like some kind of Airbnb situation where we have separate rooms.
Yeah.
because I am a light fucking sleeper. And when we went to New York together years ago, I didn't sleep the whole weekend because this was before her CPAP. And she fucking snored, and it was so loud. And listen, I sleep with earplugs, white noise, eye mask, so many things, and that's how loud it is. Also, a mouse could fart, and I'd be awake.
Yeah, not just the snoring.
So the thing with Amber is she starts off the night great with the thing on, but then you get hot underneath it, right? And we're all perimenopausal women, so like when we get hot, it's a disaster. And so I would wake up at like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. Because she was sawing logs, guys, and her thing would be off. Aww. And I'm like, oh, and I was like, I know this is it. This is it. I'm awake forever. And anyway, it's
so to your point, sleeping is elusive treasure.
It is an elusive treasure.
I like
especially
that.
For people who have sleep problems. I mean, her too, because she has sleep apnea. So even if she thinks she's sleeping 8, 9, 10 hours, it's not restful sleep.
Right. It's not like the deep sleep that you need because your body is trying to keep you alive.
Correct. Because I will always film her snoring because you hear her snore and then she stops breathing. Yeah. And then starts snoring again. And she's like, every time she does, she was like, that's really bad. And I'm like, I know. So wear your fucking thing.
Yeah. Don't take it off when you're hot. Although it's hard.
I know. It's hard.
Well, at least she has the CPAP. That's
she does. But anyway, so all that to say, for a lot of people, sleep is an elusive treasure.
Yeah. Well, even like I like having the dogs in our room when we sleep because it just makes me feel cozy. But they'll do the slightest thing and my husband wakes up and can't fall back asleep.
Well,
so they'll lick the air, which is
Yes.
super annoying when I'm awake, but I don't hear it when I'm sleeping.
See, I wake up
It will
too.
wake him up and he'll be like, who is licking what? Why am I awake?
Our
Oh,
cat
it's a
can't
dog.
sleep in our room. Well, and actually, because I read all these studies on sleep, and that's one of the things they tell you is sleep. No animals in your room.
Yeah.
Like they just keep them out. That is going to mess with your
makes
sleep.
sense.
And also have separate bedding situations if you're going to share a bed with people.
Yeah.
That has been a life changer for us.
We do too. Like I guess we share like the comforter, but I have like
No,
my
we
own
share nothing.
weighted blanket that kind of sections me up. Well, I like basically burrow. I'm in a tomb when I sleep, so you can't get to me. Although that makes sense because if someone like rolls and pulls something, then that's gonna wake you up.
Because Troy is a flippy floppy sleeper.
Got it.
And so every time he'd pull the blanket, I would wake up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, grr. So that has been life changing for us. What would be really life changing is 2 separate beds. But that is a no go for him. So I have to just be tired the rest of my life.
Wow. The end. And I will be tired the rest of today. But I should be able to. And I'm going to just like make sure I'm not drinking any caffeine. I'll probably have a tiny bit more coffee when we're done on here. And then that's
2 o'clock. Cut yourself off. That's the timeline.
Is that the good one? 2 o'clock?
Trust me. And trust and believe. I know.
I believe you.
2 o'clock.
I don't usually have anything after that, but I did yesterday.
Oh.
Because
you might be entering into a new adventure land of grandma caffeine intake.
I might be because I had been cleaning all day and I sat down to work at like 3. Like sat down. And I was like, oh, it would be nice? A fresh cup of coffee. I made a fresh cup of coffee at 3. I only drank about half of it.
Don't matter.
But then I could not sleep.
See?
Could not sleep.
Did you have any sugar either after 3 o'clock?
I did make brownies. And I don't usually eat those. But
Chocolate
I did
has
have
caffeine.
Some, and I did have, I usually don't, but because they were homemade and like the whole house smelled like brownies, I did have a couple. So that's what it was. And those are things I don't normally do. Well, I don't normally have caffeine that late and I don't really eat chocolate ever anymore.
You just solved a mystery. Wow, everybody. I'm so glad we have this
get there eventually.
Conversation.
5 minutes about episode 15, 5 minutes about episode 16,
Ooh,
and
the rest
30
about
minutes
sleep.
About sleep and can men and women be friends extended.
Well, I think most of the people who listen to these rewatch episodes are in the same boat with hormones
100%.
fucking with their life.
100%.
So,
all right, so no chocolate.
2 o'clock.
But speaking of food, I had red 40 pulsing through my veins when we recorded that night episode last time.
I don't think you had that much candy.
I was a disaster. I listened back. I was like, was I drunk? The only thing I had was Starburst and not even that many.
But it was at night. We know you don't do your best work at night.
That's a sermon right there.
That's why I said it.
Okay. So that's what it was.
It's just nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't poisoned by candy.
I don't think
Intoxicated by Starburst.
I don't think so. I think it's just, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, anyway, everyone, Like Danny said, make sure you don't miss our James Van Der Beek tribute episode.
Yes.
That is live already. And thanks for listening to our Dawson's Creek rewatch. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.